Another year, another candle. This is the weekly market forecast. And today we're going to have a special video where we look at the markets such as the stock market, oil, gold, and especially cryptocurrencies. But we're going to look at the 12-month candle and to have a yearly perspective and see what we can expect from the year 2021 coming up after the intro. Happy New Year, guys. This is JC and welcome to the World Engineering channel. The more you pay attention to, the more aware you become. And in this channel, we pay attention to stocks, crypto, real estate, and business to find the best place to grow your portfolio. If this is something that interests you, I want you to smash the like button, subscribe, and click the bell. The first Sunday of every month, we look at the market and we do a monthly forecast. And every Sunday after that, we'll follow up on this prediction to see if we're on or off target. Now, in today's video, as I mentioned, we're going to have a different perspective where we're going to look at the 12-month candle, basically a full year candle, and use that to predict what's going to happen for the next year, meaning 2021. We had a lot of action in the crypto markets this week, but just before I start, I want to congratulate everyone who signed up to the Technical Investor course. Welcome to the Wealth Engineering community. You have taken advantage of the 72% off, and as of now, this deal is no longer available. So if you are one of the very few who took advantage of this deal, congratulations again. And make sure you go through the course. I'm here for you and we're here together. And I'm actually going to add an extra course on the bonus section because I've been getting a lot of questions about how to know when to buy on a bull run. So we have a lot of price fluctuation right now in the crypto market. Bitcoin's been going nuts. So you might want to know exactly how to buy and make sure you're still profitable and make sure you stay profitable in the crypto market right now. So I'm going to make an extra course on that in the next 2 weeks. Make sure you sign up for it if you want to take advantage of that as well. So with that said, you came here for the truth. Let's just dive deep into it. I want to start first by saying why I do the 12-month review of the candles and try to estimate what the market is going to do based on that. Well, there is a lot of news. There is a lot of theories, what's going to happen with the markets. And often these are kind of like creating some doubts, creating some expectation based on the news. And I like to look at the chart like a scientist. Remove everything and just look at the data and let the data speak to you. And just by doing that, sometimes I can pick up things that otherwise would go unnoticed because I wouldn't be able to concentrate on that. And that's one of the reasons why I do that. Now, another reason why I do it is when you look at the market and you can predict what's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months. So that also means you can tailor your strategies towards what is the bigger trend is doing, because a smaller trend is just part of a bigger trend. If you can see and decode what the bigger trend is doing, then you can tailor and align yourself towards the smaller trend that mimics the bigger trend. And that's exactly what the 12-month candle helps you do. So let's say last year, you're looking at the entire S&P 500, which is, and then you're looking at this bullish candle right here, which is a bullish engulfing candle. It's engulfing this red candle right here, and it's a very bullish sign. So you're looking at this bullish candle, and what would be your first instinct? Well, you're going to say 2021, it's actually going to be another bullish for the stock market. And despite the major correction we had with Corona, with everything, we still closed above the point where we started the year. So we're still up 16% on the stock market despite Corona. This is a strong indication of why and how this was bullish. It doesn't mean every candle after that will be bullish. So what you could have done is tailor your strategy around this candle right here, saying that, hey, I'm going to favor bullish on my short-term trade and maybe on my long-term trade. You could have said that. Now, what other indicators can you look at to see if you should stay long-term? Well, there are other indicators that can help you do that. The fundamentals, maybe that's where the news comes in. Me personally, I did not stay long-term on the stock market, but I definitely did on the short-term. especially with my swing trading approach with options. And this is where this strategy can help you. It can help you favor, hey, you know what? Maybe this year is going to be very bearish. So I should favor I should take into priority all the bearish trade versus, hey, this year is going to be very bullish. I'm going to take into account most of my bullish trades, and that can help you make money that way. So this is why I do what I do. And today we're going to do that for most of the markets, starting with the S&P 500. And when we look at this candle right here, this is actually a very bullish candle. And to me, this is surprising because when you look at the monthly candle here, we've been talking about this bearish divergence for months. This bearish divergence, we can put it right here. I drew a line on it. But when you look at this candle on the yearly perspective, it's looking bullish, which means at the very least, maybe Q1, Q2, even the entire year, we don't know, but we might see more bullish action. We might see more action that makes the market creates all-time high. We have Biden that's going to take office. We don't know what he's going to do to make the market go high. It does not mean that the entire year will be bullish, but at the very least, we can expect to see a candle, some bullish action higher than what we're currently seeing right now. And when we look at the indicators as well, we're actually forming an uptrend on the RSI, and we have some room to grow. The higher high, it's right there on the 95 area, and right now we're at 80. It's still on the overbought area, but the momentums are still going high. And look at the ADX right here. It's starting to curve on the uptrend. So we might pick up some strength. I'm expect to see at the very least for the next 6 months some more bullish action. But on long term, I have a different strategy. The US dollar has a different trend. The US dollar has a very bearish trend, and this is a theme that we have noticed the last 5 years. I even drew these green lines right here so that I can show you this trend. You can see how it's doing. Based on this candle right here, which is the total opposite of the candle that we saw for the stock market, the S&P 500, we can expect to see more bearish action. We can expect to see at the very least a challenge on this green line right here as the trend is going down. And if we have a weekly candle or a monthly candle close below this green line right here, then this is a very bad sign for the US dollars, which means a very good sign for gold, a very good sign for cryptocurrencies. And in case you haven't noticed yet, as this was going lower, Bitcoins was going a lot higher. So there is a direct correlation with the US dollars and the rise of cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin. And understanding this pattern, understanding this graph can help you understand where you should allocate your portfolio. So what am I expecting for 2021? I'm expecting to see more bearish actions. I'm expecting to see at the very least a retest of this line. And based on the indicators, since we're still bearish on the RSI, I'm expecting that we might even have a close below this green line. And if that happens, the next 3 years, we can see a challenge on this line right here, where we have seen some price action there before in 2008 when there was a recession. So hey, hint. So I'm not gonna add more on that, but this is what the chart is telling us. If we're not looking at the news, we're not looking at anything else. We even have a EMA 21 yearly average, and this year we have closed below the EMA 21 yearly average. So that symbolizes on a long-term perspective that we're going to see more bearish action on the US dollars. And one of the reasons why I look at crude oil futures is because by looking at the crude oil futures and see where the pattern is going, you can use that to invest maybe in oil stocks. Like one of my go-to oil stocks is XOM, ExxonMobil. And whenever I see something, I just go on ExxonMobil and try to buy or sell depending on what the pattern is saying. Now, based on this pattern right here, based on this candle, despite it being a red candle, it's actually a very bullish sign because it's telling you there is a lot of buying pressure that's pushing the price up, and it did not let the price close as low as it estimated. With that said, we're also seeing price action close below the EMA 21 yearly average. So the last couple of years, we have seen price action below this area. And for 2021, what can we expect? Well, since this is a bullish sign, I can expect to see at the very least, we're going to have the rise in prices on oil. until it reached at the very least 55 or 54, just below this EMA 21 yearly average. Now, is it going to close below or above? This is going to be something we'll see throughout the year. But I see also that the RSI is fluctuating on the 50. There is low momentum on the RSI, so there need to be some trigger that's going to make the price take a direction, a clear direction, whether it wants to go up or down. Considering how long we've been going sideways, I see that we are due for a major price explosion in one of the direction, whether it's up or down. There is a price explosion that is going to happen with oil because the price has been going for too long. And for something like this, we might even put it on another time frame and see what it's saying. And even when we put it on 3 months, you can see that since 2015 it's been going sideways. We try to have some major action. We're starting to form an uptrend since. And when we put it on the monthly chart, we can see that we're closing above the EMA 21 monthly average with some clear momentum going on the upside. So short term, we're definitely heading towards the 50, maybe 55. We might even see $60 for oil barrel, and that's going to pump the price for oil stocks. Stocks like ExxonMobil that's been diving deep as long as this pattern has been going down. So they might starting to pump again, and that might be a strategy if you want to do a swing trader. You want to hold like an option for 2-3 months. You might want to do a leap option calls. This is where you can look at the pattern and see what strategies you want to do for your trading. Now, gold is interesting. There's been a lot of action for gold this year. What I see from this candle is I actually see some bullish sign. We had a major support right here in this line around the 1600, and this candle right here, we started the year below 1600 and we closed it above. Like we basically right now the prices are almost at $2,000. We reached this week right here. It reached $2,000 and it pulled back. So I'm expecting to see more of that in 2021. This is a very bullish candle, and I'm expecting to see at the very least price challenge the 2000 and even close above the $2,000 price for gold on maybe on a weekly, even monthly approach. If we see that, then that's very bullish for gold. We're going to see all-time high. We are already on all-time high area for gold, but we're going to see more of that. And again, remember the relationship between US dollars and gold and cryptocurrencies. So cryptocurrencies already started exploding. For 2021, I'm expecting to see more of that for gold. And we've been on a downward pattern here on these indicators, but let's put it on a lower and see what we see. This is not that encouraging. So we're going to need to see a clearer approach for gold. Maybe it's going to for the first part of the year, like Q1 or Q2, we might see some RSI price going on a low side, and then after start to curve back up. Or you might even see a retest on this line right here. As this line is going up, we might see a retest right here. And then that could serve as a launching pad to push the price back up for gold. At the very least for 2021, I'm expecting to see $2,000 per ounce for gold. And that is going to push the prices up for any mining stocks, right? So mining stocks, maybe you want to have like ETFs, gold ETFs. These are something that you can start looking into, make a portfolio, add them on your watch list, and time your buys. You can look at options, how you can play with options and see. And all of these are things that we talk about on the course. So this is how you can read the market and start anticipating the market, because the way you make money on this market is by anticipation. You anticipate what's going to happen and you prepare for it. And when it happens, you're ready, you cash in your profit, and you go start and looking for the next investment. Here is the chart for Bitcoin, and every candle that you're seeing here are representing a year, for an entire year for Bitcoin. And now this is the year for 2020, heading towards 2021. And this is how the year for 2021 starts. But I want to show you something. So the question is, what can we expect for 2021 for Bitcoin? And remember, Bitcoin is leading the entire crypto market. When Bitcoin goes high, the entire crypto market goes high. And I want to show you something. Now, I want to show you what happened in 2012 and after that. So we had a very beautiful year. Look at this candle right here. Then after we had a time where a couple years we've been going sideways, but I want you to show you at this candle right here. This candle in 2016, it broke this candle right here. It closed the body of the candle here, closed above the body of this candle here, all right? And since then, the year after that, we had a massive bull run where the price was going about $1,000 all the way to $20,000. And then since then, we've repeating the same pattern all over again. We're going sideways after this massive pump. And the candle that broke the body here is this one right here. But look at how high this candle is compared to that one. All right. So this candle here is the pattern at this stage right here. Now, 2021, I'm expecting to see this candle here. This is what I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see this candle right here. And if this should happen, we can expect to see $100,000 Bitcoin by June 2021. Now, this is a reach. This is going to bring some pullback on the price. We're going to see a lot of price fluctuation for 2021, but I think we're going to see a lot of price action in the crypto market for 2021. And if we saw this candle right here close above the all-time high, and this happened in the same year, I'm expecting to see at least double the size of this candle here. And we started at 30,000. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least. The crypto market right now is one of the most appealing market when you look at everything else. When you look at the oil futures, when you look at gold, when you look at the stock market, crypto market as a whole is looking very, very bullish. We're in a very good position in the crypto market right now. And when we talk about the best place to grow your portfolio, for the last couple years, most of my investments were in the crypto market. I was getting ready for this exact moment because I could read the patterns and understand and know how to prepare for them. And it's something very beautiful to see how when you plan for something for so long and it's actually happening exactly as you plan for it. So I'm expecting to see a lot of price booming on the crypto market. And you need to understand how to ride this market as well. There is a different dynamics. It's not a traditional market like it would be for the stock market. So there's a different dynamics when it's the crypto market. And this is something that we're going to discuss a lot more detailed on my course, especially on the bonus class that I'm going to add. So you want to make sure you sign up for that. With that said, this is what I had ready for you today. Next week, we're going to talk about the monthly forecast. We'll talk on the next video.